There was no doubt in my mind that I was an animal. How could there be a doubt?
We are bound on a wheel of pain, thee and me. I ask you, what is Dr. Frankenstein without his creature?
Good evening. In this tutorial, we'll be going over the creature from Penny Dreadful. In all the characters and creatures that they have in the show, this one is called the creature. Poor creature. Just wants to be handsome. All products used are listed somewhere around the video. Also, don't forget to follow me on other social media, which will be listed in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to contact me. We're starting off with a bald cap. If you have long hair like me, make sure you put it back in a very small bun and spray all baby hairs back. You're then going to put the bald cap on your head. When cutting around your ears, make sure you just cut in one diagonal line because the bald cap will snap back and go behind your ear. Now we're really only going to be focusing on the one side that's going to show underneath the wig, but you could always cut completely around it just to make yourself more comfortable. Of course, cut around your forehead. To stick it down, peel your bald cap back and then apply spirit gum on the area you're going to stick it down. I like to do small sections at a time. Do not forget to tap your spirit gum. If you don't tap it, it's not going to be sticky. Also try to make sure that you pull your bald cap as smooth as possible. I'm really only concerned about the one side, I'm not concerned about the other side, so if I have some bubbles in the other half, I don't mind. You can also stick down the back half, but because it's going to be covered with a wig, I just put a clip on the back of mine. There's really no point in adding more adhesive than you have to. Use a sponge to apply a full layer of liquid latex over the cap as well as along that line. And latex likes to stick to itself, so be sure you powder the bald cap. Taking a thin brush and then applying some scarring liquid to the bottom half of my cheek. And this is going to help pucker in some of your skin to make it look like a more realistic scar without using a prosthetic. To give my face some even more lack of color, then using white cream makeup to dab on the bald cap and going in with my airbrush to give myself an even paler look. I'm sure no one knew that was possible. To start with the full scar itself, I'm going in with light pink eyeshadow and going around that scar we've already made as well as mapping out the rest of it. When doing this scar, you want to use a reference photo of the creature. To add to the little bit of creepiness, I'm also adding some pink underneath my eyes to the side and then on the inner corners, as well as just applying a little bit of mascara. Using a super thin brush, I'm then going in and defining the entire scar. This is going to be its deepest points within the scar. And I'm painting it on using gray body paint with a little bit of a mix of blue. Taking a darker pink shadow, I'm then going in and shading only on one side of the scar. This is to start to give it some depth and illusion that it is three-dimensional. I'm also using the same color to give it some branches away from the scar so it looks more cracked. When doing little tiny details and trying to create an illusion, be sure you have super fine lines. I'm then going in with white body paint to highlight the areas of the skin. On the opposite side of everything you just shaded, add a white line and blend it out just a smidge. Adding this highlight really is going to give that illusion and that break in the skin. As I went along, I also went back to the pink shadow and just added some more cracks and crevices where I see fit. Now, although the reference photo that I'm using from Penny Dreadful is actually more of a healed up scar, I really wanted to give it some more depth. So I went ahead and I used brown body paint and I just went along the same edge that you made your shading earlier, which would be the opposite side of the white body paint. And like I said, although this one is healed, I also wanted to add a smidgen of dark red aged blood in there as well. Because honestly, when you're doing something like this, who doesn't like aged blood? No one. And I really only filled that in where scars came together. And for my lips, I just used cream makeup, a mix of red and black to give myself a purpley type of color, and filled it in only in the center. wig is quite the complicated process. I had a Halloween store wig that was really long and I cut it very short, as well as cut off the entire side of the wig. I also thinned out the entire wig and then used coconut oil and hairspray to make it look a little more straggly.